Now your WMBD Morning Rush. Non-stop news, weather, and traffic to start your day.
First this morning, reaction pours in after a Kankakee County judge rules a controversial part of the Safety Act unconstitutional. Now, with only 2 days before cash bail was set to be eliminated, counties are scrambling to figure out their next moves. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Cole Hankey has more details on this decision and what the next steps are.
Nearly 2/3 of the counties in Illinois will not be eliminating cash bail on January 1st. A judge in Kankakee County ruled in favor of state's attorneys Wednesday night, saying that cash bail is guaranteed as a part of the Illinois Constitution, giving these counties the ammo they need to sidestep Illinois' elimination of cash bail. The state is appealing to the Illinois Supreme Court, and that ruling will be the final say on the matter. That ruling could come well after the start of the new year, though. And until then, counties that aren't involved in the lawsuit are in limbo. They can either eliminate cash bail and move forward as scheduled, or they can choose to delay the implementation until the Supreme Court gives the final say.
Well, I mean, it's frustrating, but ultimately it's a setback that we believe will be rectified in the Supreme Court.
It would be in not only the plaintiffs and the defendants' best interest, but also the people of the state of Illinois to begin this process over again.
Supporters of the Safety Act are confident that the Supreme Court will overturn the ruling from Kankakee County. Now, the Illinois Supreme Court could also take preemptive action in this case and give the entire state a direction on which way to go on whether or not they should eliminate cash bail or keep the current system in place. But so far, we have not seen any directive from the Supreme Court. Reporting in Springfield, I'm Cole Hankey.
And along the lines of what Cole mentioned locally here, Peoria and Stark County district attorneys say they will also not be implementing the Safety Act. Marshall and Putnam counties are two other counties in our area not included in the lawsuit. We're waiting to hear from state's attorneys there on how the court's decision affects their operations. But the Safety Act isn't the only law coming in the new year. 2023 is just around the corner, and along with it are new laws and changes in the state of Illinois. One of them being a bump in pay for some Illinois workers. The Illinois minimum wage is set to increase by $1 to $13 an hour starting January 1st. Workers who earn tips will get an increase up to $7.80 an hour. This is part of a gradual plan to increase the state's minimum wage up to $15 an hour by 2025. Now, the news, Governor J.B. Pritzker and Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton have announced plans for their second inauguration. It's set for Monday, January 9th in Springfield. Events begin the weekend before. Sunday, January 8th, the governor and lieutenant governor, along with their spouses, will meet members of the public at the old state capitol building. The inauguration Monday is open to the public at the Bank of Springfield Center. Tickets are still available. In other news, police here in Peoria County are investigating a fight between co-workers that ended in a stabbing. Bartonville Police Chief Tony Segree tells us that two employees at Homestyle Grill on Garfield Avenue got into an argument last night, and one stabbed the other in the forearm. The victim was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police do have the suspect in custody. We'll bring you more details as they become available. In the courtroom Thursday, this Peoria woman accused of delivering drugs that led to a woman's death. 58-year-old Sharon Lucy faces one count of drug-induced homicide and delivery of a controlled substance. She was charged after a woman overdosed after consuming fentanyl delivered by Lucy, prosecutors say. Now, yesterday in court, Lucy was appointed a public defender and pleaded not guilty to both charges. She will be back in court March 9th. Her trial date is set for March 20th. In the McLean County courtroom, the trial for a man accused of killing a woman in downtown Bloomington in January of 2021 is once again pushed back. 53-year-old Michael Bacana will now face a jury trial in March. Yesterday, a McLean County judge granting Bacana and his lawyer more time to review the evidence against him. This comes after Bacana hired a private defense attorney after he previously opted to represent himself. Bacana is charged with first-degree murder for allegedly shooting and killing 22-year-old Mariah Petraka outside of Daddy-O's nightclub. He'll be due back in court sometime in March. Well, the Peoria County Coroner's Office is getting new technology to make operations run more smoothly. The office is now switching to an all-digital documentation system. The format will also allow for less chance of error, overall more efficiency, and it allows the coroner to access and update case files at the scene of the crime. Peoria County Coroner Jamie Harwood tells us that when dealing with crime scene investigations, time is of the essence.
The real-time documentation can start, labels are automatically created, the reports are automatically created, and it allows us to go paperless. If we were to mark accidental for a manner of death, historically in our system, I would have to manually pull out the accidental drug overdoses, accidental motor vehicle collisions, accidental pedestrian deaths. Now I can just pull those out specifically because they're dropped down into a menu.
He says Kane, Kendall, and Will counties all use the same software, and more counties are likely to follow. We have more information on the battle for Peoria Public School Board District 1 seat. District 150's incumbent school board president Martha Ross and her opponent Keisha Alexander, along with their teams, will have an official hearing now. Ross and Alexander's teams each claim the other do not have the required 200 signatures to get on the ballot. They claim some of the signatures include duplicate names, voters not registered at the listed addresses, and signatures of those who died a year ago. They will present their cases in front of an electoral board. The executive director at the Peoria County Election Commission tells us if neither side has 200 votes, they could still run for the position.
Their names would not be on the ballot. They could both file to be write-in candidates if they chose to. If not, there would not be any valid candidates for that position, and the school board would need to appoint someone to that position if no one is elected.
Election officers are still going through all of the challenge signatures, and so far, Gannon says many of the claims are valid. The two hearings will happen back-to-back next Tuesday, one starting at 11, the other at noon, inside the county boardroom at the Peoria County Courthouse. In other news, water damaged the McLean County Clerk's office at the Government Center in downtown Bloomington. The clerk says this past weekend she was alerted of a burst pipe as a result of the frigid temperatures. According to the clerk, laptops and phones were most of the damage, but they can be replaced. She said no election equipment was damaged, but some records were ruined by the water.
Now, your local weather authority forecast.
Let's take a look at the forecast for today. 41, mostly cloudy, temperatures falling. A stray shower out there for tonight. 30 degrees, mostly cloudy and colder than the night before, below freezing here for much of the area. 45, a stray shower possible. Peak of sunshine, though, also possible. Some of the rain staying north of Peoria towards I-80. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast.
Adam, thanks. Time now is 6:58. Let's take a final look at traffic for the week. In Peoria, the city's waste hauler, GFL, won't collect trash or recycling the day after New Year's. If you have a Monday pickup, your collection will now be Tuesday the 3rd. In North Utica, expect lane closures on northbound Illinois 178 at 27th Road. The work lasts until June 2nd of next year. And just outside of Chenoa, there are lane closures on I-55 from P.J. Keller Highway to 1200 Road. Both south and northbound lanes are affected there. The work will be over by the new year. Coming up this morning on Good Day Central Illinois, find out how you can keep your pets safe during your New Year's Eve celebration. Plus, Mr. Food is helping you get ready for the big game with today's recipe.
And it's Forever Friends Friday. See how you can adopt a pet for your household today. Always fun to see that.
Absolutely. Final WMBD This Morning show of 2022, but of course we'll be back Monday for the new year.
And you can always join us at WYZZ here in just a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. Adam, thanks. That is all the time this morning. And don't forget to check out our weather app. See, I'm proud to go, right?
Yes. And you can always find us here back at noon.